In my last video, we learned how Lady A, originally known as Lady Antebellum, came to be, and how they've made their place in the country music industry with their first 4 studio albums. Today, I'm going to pick up where I left off and discuss how they've evolved ever since, including why they decided to change their name in 2020. But before I get into that, I just want to remind everyone that I post a new video essay on a wide range of topics at least once a week, and many of these center around music and other popular culture like today's. If you're also interested in topics like history, books, nature, current events, movies, TV, religion, culture, and more, my channel's the one for you to subscribe to. But don't just subscribe. Also tap the bell icon so your phone goes off every time I post content on something you might want to learn all about. Today, we're going to start with Lady A's first studio album since Golden, 747. Lady A's 5th studio album, 747, was praised by critics for exploring a more diverse sound and a stronger pop crossover than their previous work. Unfortunately, however, it was the band's first album not to reach number 1 on the Billboard 200 Albums chart or Top Country Albums chart, peaking only at number 2 on both charts. 747's title track, as Hillary Scott told Billboard magazine, has this pushing, driving spirit about it that sums up our attitude right now. We are pushing ourselves as a band and as songwriters, taking ourselves out of our comfort zone and not taking ourselves too seriously. There's an urgency and an energy that we've never released before. The listener simply has to agree with Scott that the aforementioned statement perfectly encapsulates the entire album's spirit. 747's lead single and most notable track was Bartender. The song is about a woman and her friends as they drink numerous shots at a bar, which she is doing in an attempt to take her mind off of a recent breakup. The single of Bartender was certified platinum in both the US and Canada and reached number 1 on the Billboard Country Airplay chart. 747's next single released was Freestyle, a song that is essentially about being spontaneous and not worrying too much about plans for a fun night. Freestyle underperformed commercially, only reaching the top of Billboard's Bubbling Under Hot 100 Singles chart and peaking at number 16 on the Country Airplay chart. 747's third and final single was Long Stretch of Love. The song is about being there and remaining loyal through both the hard and easy times of a romantic relationship or marriage. This upbeat country song features heavy, hard use of kick drum, bass, and electric guitar riffs. A particularly unique instrument used in this song is the woodrow, an Appalachian string instrument that's only manufactured in Asheville, North Carolina. In fact, the instrument's inventor, Dan Williams, provided the woodrow accompaniment when Lady A performed Long Stretch of Love at the 2015 CMA Awards. After that, we had to wait nearly 3 years, but we eventually got Heartbreak. Lady A's 7th studio album, Heartbreak, was intended to be the band's spiritual follow-up to their sophomore studio album, Need You Now. It was released in 2017 after a 3-year hiatus the band took following their 2014 album, 747. Heartbreak was nominated for Album of the Year at the 2017 CMA Awards and for Best Country Album at the 2018 Grammy Awards, but didn't win either of those. Heartbreak reached number 1 on the Billboard Top Country Albums chart and peaked at number 4 on the Billboard 200 Albums chart. Heartbreak was supported by 2 singles, the first of which was You Look Good. The song was written by Hillary Lindsey, Ryan Hurd, and its producer, Busby. You Look Good stays true to Lady A's country roots, but draws influence from funk, jazz, and soul music. In fact, the group tried their hand at incorporating a brassy horn section for this song. You Look Good was certified gold by Music Canada, peaked at number 4 on the Billboard Country Airplay chart, and at number 8 on the Hot Country Songs chart. The second and final single released off of Heartbreak was its title track. The title of the song is a play on the concept of heartbreak, with the message of letting your heart take a break in between relationships and taking time to recover oneself. Heartbreak is about being happily single and subverts expectations with its title. The lyrics almost kind of remind me of Give Your Heart a Break by Demi Lovato. The song unfortunately did not receive any certifications in any country, peaked at number 15 on the Billboard Country Airplay chart, and at number 22 on the Hot Country Songs chart. Then came Lady A's pandemic album, Ocean. Lady A's 8th studio album, Ocean, was released at the end of 2019, and throughout the subsequent year, it was inevitably affected by both the COVID-19 pandemic and the raging Black Lives Matter protests. In fact, a deluxe edition of the album was released in November 2020 under the band name they go by to date, Lady A. The band changed their name in wake of the killing of Black Minneapolis civilian George Floyd and the BLM protests that followed due to Antebellum's ties to slavery and racism. Ocean did not receive any certifications from the RIAA, peaked at number 2 on the Billboard Top Country Albums chart, and at number 11 on the Billboard 200 Albums chart. Ocean's lead single, What If I Never Got Over You, was Lady A's first single on BMLG Records after signing with the label in August 2018. Ryan Hurd, Sam Ellis, Laura Veltz, and John Green wrote this song to depict the quote-unquote portrait of perpetual, never-ending heartbreak Hurd imagined he would feel if he were to separate from his wife, fellow country singer Maren Morris. During the development process, Veltz proposed grafting the word "what" onto the beginning of the hook and title to reflect the song's open-endedness. Originally sung by Hurd as a solo male demo, the song was pitched to Lady A by one of BMLG's Records Senior's A&R executives and adapted to a male-female duet. The single of What If I Never Got Over You was certified platinum by the RIAA, reached the top of the Billboard Country Airplay chart, and peaked at number 5 on the Hot Country Songs chart. Ocean's title track was also released as a single for the album. Shortly thereafter, What I'm Leaving For was also released as a promotional single. However, it was eventually pulled from the radio since the ballad is about leaving one's family to go to work, something people were highly discouraged from doing during the COVID quarantine. Ocean's fourth and final single, Champagne Night, was released on April 13th, 2020, following the group's appearance on an episode of Songland. Champagne Night can be best described as a reworking of Madeline Merlot's I'll Drink to That. The song was certified gold by the RIAA, reached the top of the Billboard Country Airplay chart, and peaked at number 7 on the Hot Country Songs chart. Last but not least is Lady A's 2021 album, What a Song Can Do. Lady A's 9th studio album and most recent one to date, What a Song Can Do, is a continuation of a recent Lady A EP entitled What a Song Can Do Chapter 1. The studio album consists of all 7 songs from this EP, as well as 7 additional ones. The album didn't do very well commercially, receiving no certifications in any country, peaking at number 12 on the Billboard Top Country Albums chart and at number 135 on the Billboard 200 Albums chart. Like a Lady was What a Song Can Do's lead single. Hillary Scott described the song as being inspired by Dolly Parton's 9 to 5 and Shania Twain's Man, I Feel Like a Woman mixed together in terms of being an up-tempo anthem with a theme of female empowerment, deviating from the connotations of politeness commonly associated with the song's titular phrase. The song features Scott on lead vocals, with Charles Kelly and Dave Haywood providing vocal harmony and guitar work. Ilya Tashinsky performs banjo and mandolin on the song, and Stuart Duncan plays the fiddle. The single of Like a Lady was certified gold by the RIAA, peaked at number 13 on the Billboard Country Airplay chart, and at number 20 on the Hot Country Songs chart. Thank you all so much for watching. Lady A is still going strong after over a decade and has even gone through a name change. If you yourself are a Lady A fan, I hope you enjoyed learning all about their music and evolution in my two-part essay. You can see similar essays I've written by clicking one of the links on your screen, many of which have to do with music and the music industry, and even just country music since I'm such a big fan of the genre. If you check out the rest of my channel as well, you'll find that I make video essays on so many things that one of them's bound to be of interest to you. So every single one of you should be subscribing if you haven't already, and also tapping the bell icons if you want to get the heads up whenever I post about something you might want to learn more about.